copyright, Paul. Can't do that. Copyright reasons. Demonetization. I make little enough off this anyway. Good evening, everybody. Hopefully, yeah, the sound. It looks like there's sound coming through. Hope you're all well. What was that? Hold on a minute. Krista Berg. Does that mean it sounds like my entry doodad, whatever it's called, music? Does it sound a bit Krista Berg? Does it, Serge? That's a little bit disturbing. It's a little bit disturbing. Why is that so? Why is that so? So why is it so big? That's part of the bloody screen. That. If I go across there, we'll give it a little bit more space, and I'll be blending the lady in red. And now I get you. Sorry, bit slow. It's a Tuesday after all, you know. Anywho, are you all right, everybody? Good to see you all. You don't get the Krista Berg link. I was struggling until somebody mentioned the word red. I am not much of a lady, though. Most women have copious amounts of hair. There could well be quite a number of ladies that are bearded up here in the northeast. I have standards, that's why I'm single. It's my excuse anyway. But anyways, good evening, everybody. Hopefully this is going to cheer me up, because for some reason I'm feeling a bit crap today. So, joy of joys. Just happens to fall on a bloody Tuesday, my favourite day of the week. So thank you all for coming along. Hopefully we're going to have a lovely evening. But yeah, hopefully. Middlesbrough as well. Hi, Marco. Hi. Anyways, good evening, everybody, or wherever you are in the world. Whoever Mac Lad is, welcome. You are a new name to me. Good evening, Andrew. Good evening, Paul. Good evening, Serge. And good evening, Marco. Again. Good afternoon, Peter. How are you? It could well be, Andrew. It could well be. The thing is, with the webbed feet, that can be hidden with shoes. So it's probably in Norfolk's probably not too bad. I don't know. Where did this come from? I'm the one that started drinking already, not you lot. Oh yeah, be warned. I've already had a rather large whiskey, so. I'm back on the tea, though. I'm back on the tea. If you're doing do a poll for a new book, is that a yes, I should do one, or yes, I should do one? Look, it's coming. I've got lots and lots of files put aside for it. I just need, of course not coffee, Andrew, you cretin. I've got a hard drive full of, not full of files, but we're on episode 234. I've got loads of content to go in it. You've got a bottle of Merlot, very nice, Serge. I've got a bottle of something over there that's been kind of winking at a Rioja. Got a bottle of Rioja over there in the corner, which has been winking at me for the last week or so. I've barely had a drink for months. Mainly because I don't want to feel crap in the morning. That's the only thing that's stopping me. But tonight, desperate times, called for desperate measures. And it was a desperate measure. So it was much needed, so hopefully you're all going to keep me going this evening. So, right, this evening's session, I'm going to potentially just use, you know how I usually do use 5 frames or 6 or however many. I am intending to use 1, possibly 2, but I'm still going to do loads of layering So I'm going to do loads of clarting around in Photoshop, I think. See what we get. See how far we go in. See how crunchy it gets. See how grimy it gets. And then, yeah, basically see what we get. Just change it up a little bit. I wouldn't say we're going to do this every week, obviously. It was just, I was going through my 2022 archive yesterday. Was it one day, it's only Tuesday. It must have been yesterday. And I came across one particular file which looked quite nice. So we're going to have a look at that, work on with it, see what we get from it. It's from June last year. Yeah, we're just going to have a bit play around like we normally do. But maybe if you're being extra visually vigilant, is that the right word? If you got your peepers in straight, you might have noticed one or two little things. So the thumbnail for the Tuesday night edits changed a little bit. That's changed. I have more Tuesday night edits branding throughout the stream rather than my own name. And also, those of you that are on Patreon got a sneak preview of this earlier today. But I have a little bit extra time now, so I've been doing a little bit of dicking around, and I've developed a T-shirt, which you may be able to see right here. And it says, I was going to say I would get close to the camera, but nobody wants to see my man boobs that close. So I will simply read it to you. It says, "It always ends up," and then in big letters, red. Very apt for the channel. And underneath it does say King of ICM, established 2013. So I'm thinking, I've nearly fully 100% decided I'm going to do a small little collection of T-shirts, that kind of thing, to put out there if anybody wishes to buy something. Good afternoon, Kathleen. It's not, to be honest. Well, Andrew, I mean, they do red T-shirts. So I was debating, do I get a red T-shirt that is like got white print saying red on it, or does it? So for this example, I went for an ice grey, I think it is, an ice grey coloured T-shirt with the red writing on it. So I've been working on a couple of other designs as well. So there might be 2 or 3 designs to start with. I know. Yeah, I'm not sure what the printing technology is for this, Andrew, but it turned out very, very, very nice. Very, very nice. So in the next couple of weeks, there may be a few T-shirts for you to potentially purchase if you wish to support the channel in that method. Just basically, I am just putting it out there for a bit of a laugh. But yeah, something like that. You got to try these things. You got to try these things. So yeah, there's that. Have I got? No, I haven't got a picture of it. Well, I have, but yeah. I'll put a picture out somewhere. Right, Andrew, very good. It was a business I found online that were pretty reasonable for printing custom T-shirts. So I got one done for something else, and then because it didn't get dispatched in time, I got a £10 voucher. So this one only cost us £4 to get it undelivered. So that was pretty good. So we'll see how. See if we'll get the designs finished for the rest of them, and we'll see what happens. And have I got a video of it? No. Like I said, Paul, nobody wants to see me in a T-shirt with my man boobs out. Or covered in, even. Good evening, Aileen. How are you? Oh, no. I hope, well, apart from just a few bruises, I hope you were well apart from those bruises. You've got to learn how to drive on the road. But lovely to see you, Aileen, and thankfully you're not too badly hurt. Oh, that was for Aileen, alright, sorry. No worries, Paul, no worries. Yes, stick to the roads, Aileen, stick to the roads. None of this going flying around corners at 100 miles an hour with trees the other side of it, and ravines. I know you're a very good driver. Very good at the old at the rallying, you know, Scottish champion or whatever you are. There will be in-car footage. Ooh, this sounds good. This sounds good. You'll have to share it. I will. You'll have to share it on the Discord, Aileen. When you get it. You still try. Thank you, Peter. Yes. Long live the king of ICM. So it's nearly all. Well, I think I'm going to put that on a lot of things now, Peter. I will. Yeah, I think there's probably going to be a T-shirt with just King of ICM on it, because you know I've got to massage the ego. Remember, I didn't name myself that; it was others. Good morning, Jen. How are you? Hope you're well. Oh yeah, can you imagine just as you're like flipping the car, just pressing the shutter for like a couple of seconds, ND filter on it. Well, you know, what a lovely effect you may get. What a lovely effect you may get. And how is Jen? Hope you're well. We got lots of meetings today. Okay, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. The troublemakers are behaving themselves this evening, Jen, so... You spot the difference. Compare the screens from last week to this week. Can you see a difference? It's very subtle, Jen. It's very subtle. There's been 2 changes on this particular screen. But if you've seen your if you've seen your Patreon today, you'll have seen that it's not Botox. I could do well. I was going to say I could do with some. Yeah, the eyes are getting baggy. Need something, but that's probably just to rewind time about 25 years. That would help enormously. Right. Anything else I need to mention before we get too deep into image making? I have no. Today is going to be very random because, like I say, sleep. Well, there's definitely the T-shirt, Jen. Got a new T-shirt. If you've seen your Patreon today, you will have seen the photograph of it. Calendar will be coming sometime, Aileen. Can't promise when because I haven't started. But there will be a calendar coming soon. But yes, T-shirts and calendars will be available in the future. You know, but I do have a little bit more time to do these things now, so there's more chance of me actually getting some of them done. We don't need a poll for the book, Paul. It's either yes or yes. It's just a case of that yes is coming at some point in the future. We just don't know when. That is all. That is all. I think it might have been years ago, Aileen. It might have been years ago, not just months. I think I've been promising to do a book since about episode 150 for sure. Maybe it's even episode 100. We are now episode 234. I think what it was, I think we got to episode 150, and I looked back to what I'd made over the previous episodes and didn't like many. So I'm like, I'm not making a book out of them. So Ooh, not heard of them, Serge. I don't think. It probably was Alien. Everything seems to have been before lockdown. Lockdown seems a long time ago, but also quite recent. It's quite strange, isn't it? Right, anyways, let's get on with something. So, this evening, like I mentioned earlier, I found this one particular frame in a date from June last year. I just click rated there. It'll give me a couple of options. And it's of Bamburgh Castle. I think it was done on a tuition day. And I just quite like this, you know, like people ask us what I'm looking for in an image to start with. Well, this one, it's got a very light imprint of what's actually there. You've got this area here, which is very wispy, a lot of movement. Over this, you've got that line, but it's faded. You've got this line, and it's faded, and then it gets very strong around the keep, and then these buildings are all quite sharp as well. And then on the right hand side, all the skies come down in here, and it's all kind of not minimalized it. It's surrounded it with light. What's the term for that? My brain isn't functioning. The measure of whiskey was a bit big, so thank you, Serge. Thank you. So I was thinking of using this as a starting point. Now the image is either side of it. We have this one, which is probably the one I will complement it with. There's a bit of draggy movement in there. And again, a lot of the foreground is gone, which is great for me. And it's nice and wispy out here. And the other one from this angle was this one, and it was just a bit naff. Not quite as good. So I think if I'm going to mix any together, it's going to be these two. These two. But might end up only mixing one together with itself. Potentially again and again and again and again until we get something decent. So this evening's episode could be a complete... We may not get anything at the end of it. We may not get anything at the end of it. We'll see though. So again, anyways, my usual cleanup operations. I think Lightroom might be a bit slow today because I haven't reset the computer for a few days. So don't be surprised if it gets a bit draggy. The other thing is, I think, I mentioned last week with YouTube live streams and advertising, I think that new way of working is turned on for me. So what I'm going to do is, if I'm doing anything where I haven't got it turned up, so if you get an advert randomly through the episode whilst you're watching live, let me know. But I think the way it's set up, that it won't do that. But I do get the option of starting an ad, potentially, at a certain point. So I think we'll test that at some stage through the episode. And then we'll see what happens. So some of you might get one, some of you might not. So some of you might be looking at my face for 30 seconds and some people might be watching an ad. We will just have to wait and see. But I'll do that at a time where I'm kind of loading from one thing to another. I do have to start it off on a different bit of software, so just got to keep an eye out on it. Yeah, I can click that and it'll go insert ad. So we'll try that as I'm probably taking this into Photoshop. The bit that I usually turn it back to me because the computer's struggling. So I might just run an ad then. And then wait for it to come on. See how that works. If it's going to work, I don't know. Right, so that's them bits tidied up. Now, because I'm going to do a load of work to this, or a lot of processing kind of stuff, I can be quite outlandish on this. Well, this one's got the word red on it. Surge. Very good. I meant one I'm going to get paid for, Surge, not one I'm going to get... Not one I'm putting out there, anyway. The entire thing is a bloody advert. Right, so, we'll go strong. I'll probably go weak, because I'm thinking I'm going to be blending a few of these things together to see what we get. And I'm going to aim at red. So we might as well just start this off a little bit warmer than yellow. About there. Potentially. Lighten that a bit. You all did. You all got that advert. Like I say, everything's an advert here. Buy my presets. Where's the button for presets? For advertising them. I need a button for t-shirts next. Where's it? Oh, it's not on there. Where's my button for... Oh well, I'll give up. I thought I had a button for presets on there. Oh well. I'll have to type it instead. That should give you a link. There you go. An advert. But that's from me. Right, so I have Adobe, whatever it's called, Audition. I've got that. I can make jingles. Have software will travel. Doesn't mean to say it's one of these things. All the gear, no idea. That's what I am. I've got all that software from Adobe and all that. Oh, I need to clean out the ISO, don't I? So I've got all that from Adobe. So I think I know how to do it all, but I don't. What the hell's a jingle? Peter, you've got your own podcast. You know what a jingle is. Just a little musical interlude of an advert, or leading into an advert, or start of a new section of the podcast, or radio show, or whatever. Right, anyways, am I still online? Yes, I am. Somehow somebody's left me. I'm allowed to be online. Right, so, I'm going to test an advert here. So I'm going to open these into Photoshop, and whilst it's doing that, I'm going to press the button to put an advert on, so we'll see if that works. The rest of you will be looking at my face. So I'll just actually edit in... Open this layers in Photoshop. Yes. Whatever. It's doing it. Okay. So if I go to press that button, it might insert an ad. I haven't got a clue. We will see. Ads inserted, it says. Ooh. To be honest, Paula, I think the adverts killed my computer, killed my camera. The ad that it says it depend. You know, it said when I was reading about it, it said it would depend on. Not everybody would get one. It would depend on the person watching, and it might not actually push any ads out. So it'd be interesting if anybody watching got an advert there. If not, maybe it's not working, or maybe there's just, I'm not big enough for ads. I don't know. Not for you. I'm presuming you haven't got ad blockers as well. Just, surmising. Just surmising. I mean, there's very few of you watching anyway, so. Yeah, we must do, Andrew. We must do. You got an ad? Well, if you've got an ad blocker, Paul, then you're not going to get an advert, are you? And Jen's got premium. Yes, Peter. Did the fact that we have a tip game give you that clue? Right, back to it anyway. So I'm gonna just a quick blend to see if any of these do anything or not. Excellent, Serge, excellent. Well, like I said, I mean the button is there to be used. Thing came up, said it had added ads or inserted ads, so that might be just for a place for the VOD later on, or it might appear for some people. Who knows? It might only show up in the VOD later on. I wouldn't know either because I've got an ad blocker. But I'm not gonna get much. I'm not gonna make much money out of my own stuff, am I? Oh, by the way, what's this football score? What was the score? 0-0. All right. You got premium as well, Andy. All right. You're all very good people. I'm too tight. Alright, I'm just going to do a little bit of an amendment here. I'm not even sure I'm going to use this second layer, to be honest. I don't think it's adding too much. Oh, maybe it actually is in this case. So if I change that to multiply. Let's stick with the other value. Okay, so it's obviously going to be quite a minimalist kind of image. Yeah, it's not adding a lot, but yeah. I think premium's gone up as well, isn't it? Or going up. Well, everything's going up. I'm going to get rid of so much soon. Because at the minute I'm like Amazon Prime, Paramount Plus, Disney, Netflix, all that garbage. What else am I on? That's maybe it. Audible. Loads of stuff. Costs me loads a month. So I need to get rid of most of those. But I'm going to wait until certain series are finished. And then I'm going to get rid of them. So I think most will be gone by Christmas. Oh, thank you for that, Aileen. Everybody head to Discord. Those of you that are on it. Everybody head to Discord. Go to Discord, everybody. Into the general chat. Oh, you did a little bit of a number there, Aileen. You did a little bit of a number there. Actually, can I show this online? You can put that on the screen there. You got a little bit of a scratch there, Aileen. A little bit of a scratch. You want to be more careful. Also, if you go to Discord, you can go and watch the Apaches flying by the village the other day. They were at it again at 11 o'clock last night, keeping everybody awake. Quite entertaining. Quite entertaining. Right, what am I doing? Not looking at Discord, Andy. You mistakenly say a word in chat, Peter. That's a good point. That's a good point, Jen. Yeah, I think a lot of people actually don't know you can get a lot of these books from your normal library, your Audible books, your audio books. But I tend to listen to podcasts all the time, so I've got like loads of credits and stuff for Audible, and I'm not using any at the minute, so I need to cancel them all. Right, anyways, Andy, stop yabbering. Yeah, so, well, I think it was about 11 o'clock when they wrapped up and went away. But certainly from about 10 to 10 till about 11. Huge rock on the way. That's not very good, Aileen. That's not very good. But they are very cool to watch. Do love an Apache. Now that would be a dream job to fly one of them. Well, without it being a job, obviously. Just to fly them. 2 posts above Aileen's crashed car. You can barely see the Apaches because I did it with my phone. Because I did it when I was out with the dog. And they, obviously they were only about 150 yards away, but the phone made them very, very small. But yeah, really cool to see, really cool to watch. And for we are going very slow on this image today. And coming up on my second channel, my Echoed Landscapes channel, the one to do with like audio stuff. What's it called? Ambient audio. I recorded about 25 minutes of them hovering from last night, from about a mile away. So they're not that loud, but you can certainly hear them. So if you want to fall asleep to Apache AH-64Es hovering nearby, then that video will be up probably before the end of the week. The ones with rotor blades, Surge, and big guns and like radar equipment, 2 people sitting inside them. Them kind of Apaches. I had an Apache flight sim years and years and years ago. You should do that, Jen. Start your own channel. Right, Andy, for God's sake, get on with it. It's going to be midnight. Right, I'm going to make a copy, a stamped copy, or whatever the terminology of this is, of this combination, and let's go and make a very strong exclusion difference exclusion, I think. And let's duplicate that layer as well. Oh, well done. Do this the right way, Andy, man. So, need to set this, make another stamp layer of that layer. Like I said, I don't know what I'm doing here. This is pure experimentation this evening. So, we are going... We're going for a very dark image, or it might end up being quite light, because I might reverse it again. We shall see. Okay. Okay then. Fair enough. Okay, and then we want a duplicate that layer as well. Make that not normal. Let's bring this in. Right, then we start, because normally I would when I'm normally doing this, I would be doing like the whole not the inverted thing, turning upside down and doing it all in the Nik Collection. But I think this evening we might just use Photoshop. So using the free transform tool, let's zoom this out. Yeah, oh, well, doesn't really matter. Turn this around. Actually, we need to change this to darken or lighten, maybe. There we go. Move this kind of stuff around. Play around. Like I say to everybody, there's no rules with this stuff. Do what you want. Just obviously go in with the best data that you can get. Maybe something like that. Looking for this yellow to interact with the blue. Okay. We've got done button. They took away the done button in Lightroom, and then in Photoshop on this contextual menu that there's now part of Photoshop, they've brought in a done button in Photoshop, but they've got rid of it from Lightroom. There's no joined up thinking, is there? The bastards. Right, so there is adjustments. Have you got a video of the crash as well, Alien? Or is that what's coming? This might go quite light. Right, okay, so I'm just playing around with adjustment layers. Bit of hue and saturation, see what this does. Ooh. Will it end up red? Will it end up red? Oh, by the way, anybody that's in Britain or Australia, did anybody watch Neighbours? The new, Neighbours is back. It's quite ghostly, isn't it? It's quite nice. Neighbours is back. I haven't seen today's episode, but I watched the first episode yesterday. What a load of twaddle. I hadn't watched it for years anyway. I only watched like the last week of it before it ended last year. Neighbours was gone, Jen. Did you not know? Neighbours was cancelled for an entire year. It was ended. It was wrapped up. They had the old names coming back. And then Amazon went and said, oh, let's make some more. So Amazon have the rights for it, and they've been making it, and it's now on Freevee. I don't know if I'm presuming you get that. But yeah, Neighbours was gone, but it was resurrected. Okay. What am I moving that for? That's no point. It's almost quite nice. A little ghostly kind of image there if we take that bottom. So if we reduce the strength of this one, like say this evening is pure experimentation. We're just playing around this evening. It's all about playing around. Yeah. Yeah, they brought back Scott and Charlene for like the last episode. I think they uttered like 2 words. They brought back Guy Pearce from Hollywood. And then they brought him back again for the start of this series. All the big names that made their names in Neighbours came back. Margot Robbie was in it. It might head that way yet, Serge. Don't worry, sir. There could be a long way to go on yet. There's more hue and saturation to play with. There's more adjustment level layers. So, I mean, this is just playing with the adjustment. So yeah, if we could play the brain not working, magentas. So that's that kind of area. Let's go on. It's going a bit too far. The blues. See a bit of red coming in there. No, we might actually colorize it. Where's them magentas? Let's set back to what it was as well. Don't worry, Serge. Don't worry. It might come away red. today of all days, it should come away red, seeing as I'm advertising red. Right, I need to be on that. I'll be on the master. Just a little tweak and it becomes much more red. So we have other tricks as well. Remember, that's pretty nice. What else was I going to say? Oh, I watched Barbie this week as well. The movie, the film. Quite enjoyed it. Has everybody seen Barbie, the movie? You know, it's worth watching, Jen. I thought it was very good. Quite funny. Well, very funny at times. Quite funny. I did zone out in it. I did zone out at times. Everybody's on about these moments where this message was delivered, and I'm like, was it? Just like zoned out and was reading something else. Oh, that's what. Yeah, Peter, you disappeared. You disappeared last week, and I was like, "Where's Peter?" Because I knew this hurricane was hurricaning towards you, and I thought, I wonder, like, obviously, I wasn't sure how close you are to the coast to see these things, or what. But then you never replied, so I presume you weren't here. It's a new layer actually, and some colour. I'm going to put in some reds. But yeah, Barbie was good. Enjoyed it. Some funny movements, some good performances. We might not get very far today, people. That looks alright. We might be going... thanks for subbing, Carl. I haven't played with many of the extra bits in the new version, Surge. I've only used the bits that I use, the essential bits so far. I haven't used the perspective, and define was in the redone in the new one, wasn't it? And yeah, this is better. Adjustments. But yes, Jen, it's streaming to buy. I think, can you rent it as well? I think the rental at the minute might be quite expensive. But yes, it's available to purchase or rent via streaming. Although I was watching it with other people, so I didn't have to pay for it, so that was handy. But yes, very good. Right, so more adjustment layers. I'm just doing more tweaking. I'm not deliberately trying to get it to be red. Well, I am. Yeah, I suppose I am. There's a bit of a glow here I'm not that keen on. See, I mean, so to be honest, that yellowy kind of cast looks alright. So maybe this ghostly, more of a ghostly apparition type of thing is better. I don't know. What's that phone saying? Oh, Aileen, if you're there, is the weather clear up your way? Because, like, it's Aurora night tonight. I mean, it was last night as well, but I went out too late. I was a bit annoyed about. Right. So I'm thinking we go into the Nik Collection and see what it makes of this, because I quite like this ghostly apparition of a castle type of thing. If I take that away, what's that do? Okay, that's a bad idea. Quite liking this. Now, if we need a curves layer, just to give this a bit more of a boost. And drop that back. Do we go grungy? We could go like that. Just a simple S curve. I do miss experimenting with photography these days. I do so little of it now. It tends to get to be like just run of the mill. It's a little bit dull. Because I haven't got time. Everything takes so long. The Aurora Alerts app, whatever it's called. I only installed it yesterday because I'm sick of missing them all. Aurora Watch UK. There's an app. Yes, I am, Serge. Except it's yellow at the minute. Yeah, no, the weather's not great, is it, Aileen? I'm saying it's going to be red, but it's quite yellow at the minute. I'm quite liking this. So, right. So we've got a load of layers and adjustment layers and stuff like that. So we're going to go into... We've already got a big file. This is going to be save it to a PSB file, isn't it? So I could condense it. Whatever. Nik Collection, Analog Effects Pro. So even though I was intending on doing it all in Photoshop, I am going to put it into the Nik Collection just to see what it's going to chuck back out at me. Because it is 20 past 8 already. Because Andy's been talking too much. But it's just because it's so much fun being with you. Yeah. I woke up at about 20 to 4 and there'd been like an alert about 15 minutes beforehand for like a red alert. So I did get out of bed and went to the landing window and had a peer out. And then the bathroom window, but my next door neighbour's outside light was on, so I couldn't really see if it was dancing or not. And then I decided to stay and go back to bed and stay there. I just didn't fancy getting up. So that was the story of my evening. Or night or morning, whatever it was. Okay, so what we got in here? No, just red, amber, and green. Green as in there's no gun on. That's probably all you needed for was an update. Like I say, I only installed it yesterday because I used to rely on Twitter, and then, well, we all know what a disaster zone that is these days. Quite like that is a different kind of image, to be honest. Maybe it's not as strong. That's the button I want. It's all right, Andrew. I understand the humour. Thank you for that information, Peter. We will make a layer, and we will experiment before the end of play. Ooh, what's that one look like? It's more dramatic, isn't it? Right. So we do have a few options here. So I quite like this wispy, soft, ethereal one. So I'm going to apply that, but we're going to come back in and go to TNE 2126 and use that one. Sorry, Andrew, if your humour fell on my miserable face. Like I said at the start, today hasn't been the best of days. So even with a healthy glass of whiskey just before I started stream. I'm still not full of the joys of spring, so I apologise for not belly laughing. Sorry, Andrew. Good God. By the way, if you're enjoying the stream, please do leave it a like. We have 5 likes at the moment. We have 5 likes. Right, back in. I thought we went back in. Oh, we did go back in. Right, down to DNE 126, wasn't it? This beastie. So, what settings do we have? Detail extractor, let's boost that a tiny amount. And he hasn't got a double exposure. Turn that on, what's it do? It does that, okay. Well, we do definitely need more. There's that, that's that. Right, so we do need double exposure on. Set that to that, and then 0 that out. And turn upside down, see what happens. Not a lot. Make it bigger. More conviction, please. When am I ever convincingly full of conviction? Try saying that after 2 whiskies. I barely succeeded after 1. To be honest, I would barely succeed normally, without any. Okay, let's try this line here is quite interesting. Let's move this around, see what it does. So we have this triangular feature. Like that, for a little bit of interest. Increase the contrast, not like that, not that much. About 10, drop that, no. Okay. It's about there. And the lens vignette, wherever that is, that's over there. We drop that down here to give that more drama. More drama needed. Oh, much more drama. Let's make that 25-ish. Drama. That gives an effect of light or burning or something. Something. Let's make that a little bit lighter. Tricky where you can barely see. Alright, that's about there. Is that good? I don't know about good, but it's something. Okay, so that's probably enough. Let's boost that there. dramatic. Do you want too much dramatic? No, didn't mean that. Let's just leave that about there. Right, apply. Did we do any colour adjustment there, did we, or not? Not really. If we go to warm, it's too much. It's far too much. So let's go to subtle, and it was the second one down. Okay. It is Surge. It is 6.3. But it had the analog effects has not been touched since version 6.0. Right, so we have two versions. We have actually three because you can you can use this one as a one version, and we have this one as a one version, and then this one. So Peter was wanting a new layer. What was the? There we are. Copy that one. I've got the new layer. I need the pin bucket too. No, that's one. Give me that one. We want that. Okay, and then we want paint bucket tool. Wow, that is pink. Are you sure that's Barbie pink? And it looks a bit dark, to be honest. And then we want hue blend mode. Or colour, one of the two. Colour, God no. I think it's a bit strong, Peter. You can nearly get away with that. Using screen. Oh, she's strong. Screen you can nearly get away. Yeah, it does kill the eyes a bit. So as hue, I don't think it works. Straight out of the gate, anyway. That could be interesting at some point in the future with a lot of work. That's very strong. It's very strong. In this case, oh, my eyes. Actually, what's colour like? What's that? Oh, okay. Forgotten. But a screen, it kind of works. Kill the camera as well. So that, I mean, you could dial this back a bit, or what's it like in front of this one? What's it like in front of this one? No. So let's hide those layers. Well, I think they did as they rebuilt all of version 6 Surge. But they haven't done anything since version 6, as far as I know. We're on 6.3, which is basically just filling in the parts of the programs that hadn't been done in time for release of version 6. That's the way I read it, anyway. Right. There's a pink version for Peter. It probably needs a bit of something else. Adjustments. Curves lit. Camera's died. Bit of dark. Oh man. I think maybe do that. You quite pastely. I don't know. I don't know. Right, so there we've got a few versions. I've got it's 3.3 gig. Yeah. Okay, and we've got 3 versions. So what am I going to do? I'm just going to save each one individually at the moment, and I'll save the entire lot after stream. So at the minute, we will do the old flatten trick. Flatten image. And then hopefully I'll not cock it all up like I usually do. I have always feared that I'm going to. Save as. And make sure again's in the right folder. No, that's not the right folder, you say. Good God. Drives. Storage. Photos. 22. June 15. There we are. One. Save. Z undo. Yay, it did work. File. Oh no, I need to flatten it on. I hate this. File, save as. Yeah, put it in the right place. Save. Undo. Flatten. Save as. I'm rushing through this, so hopefully I'm not going to cock it up. Save. Said. Take them off, and then left with this one, which I quite liked as well. Flatten. File. Save as. 4. Save. Right, that should be all 4 of them saved. You've got Barbie boxes, have you, Peter? Well done to you. Right, so we got we've got all those versions coming through, and let's set the rating as 3 stars because we are not confident. Right, so we have. To be honest, I think I like this one the best. After all that clotting around, I think I like this one. Pink one is just pink. Yeah, whatever. That one's alright. Looks like a sandstorm. So, we want some crops, don't we? Right, so create, develop. What am I doing? I can't remember what I'm doing. Create a virtual copy. There we go. That's what the button is. Right, as per usual, because I don't post enough on it, I need a square crop for Instagram. There you go, that'll do. Virtual copy, and of course we need the option for wallpaper later in the month because it's already the 19th. It means it's not far off being wallpaper time for Patreons. God, that's come around quick, and we'll have it up there because we need the dark skies. We need the dark skies. Okay, and it trims off a little bit more of the fat down here. I'm just actually wondering if a really narrow one of that would work. If we go like 2x1 or 3x1 or something. Very narrow. No, it's a bit narrow. 2x1. And trims off some of the fat, doesn't it? Bring in this side a little bit. A little bit more. Lovely. Something like that. Something like that. Right, so that's one we've done. And the next one, this wispy one, I think this one is a. I have a feeling it's a 1x1 or a 5x4, something like that. So let's make a virtual copy. And we want 1x1. We just want it. Things will come a bit further to the left because we've got this lovely lump of yellow here. The castle off center. Good evening, Paul. Good to see you. How are you, sir? Hope you're well. You've been lurking there in the background, have you? Good to see you there. So anyway, let's create another virtual copy. Yeah. As you know, I like to maximize my opportunities. Does that kind of work? Or does I need that bottom line chopped off? I have a feeling I might need that bottom line chopped off. 3v2, that takes that off there. Come a bit wider, a bit taller. About there. It's quite nice. Quite nice, quite nice. Yeah, that'll do. And the big one, that'll do as it is. Now let's just do a simple 3x2. Don't need to think about this too much. Oh well. I think I might be giving this one away for free. and then this one, I think there's a bit of doing and throwing here to do various bits and pieces. I think there's probably a bit more editing to do. Let's create a virtual copy and let's do some playing around. Yeah, the dark one's quite nice. This one's I quite like this one. I think this one could go darker with a bit more tweak. Just simple tweak in the old Lightroom. -2. I think as the blacks can start getting colorized, which is not ideal. Be nice if they didn't have any colour. I'm going to make a mess of this, aren't I? Yes, I am. I'm going to make a mess of this. Yeah. Let's reset these. Calm down, Andy. Things is canny, Paul. Things is canny. Thank you very much for asking. It's we've had our moments, as I think we all do. But yes, things at the minute are reasonable. Even though I was in a funk earlier on. But thankfully, we have Tuesdays and we have all you lovely people to cheer me up. But yes, I was in a bit of a funk earlier. All good now. Now that we've had a laugh at Andrew. Providing the comic relief. Or maybe it was just that whiskey settling in. I'm now modelling part-time. Oh, yeah. Actually, adding clarity is kind of helping this. Sorry about this taking quite a while, people. I'm in my perfectionist mode. Adding texture, that's quite nice. Okay, so is that I still would like that a bit darker, but it's just going to have to stay. Very small adjustments. That do. I've still got the original, so that was it before. This was it after. Yeah, it's helped it a little bit, I think. Well, you've probably got a clear sky, Andrew, because we haven't. It's peeing down. Right, what am I doing? Playing around with that? No. Could go with that. No. No. Stop it, Andy. Leave it as it is. Right. Crop. That's what we're doing. Right. So we want a... Actually, that look quite central. Just ease that off the top. Looks quite... What's that look like? It looks alright. Looks alright. Maybe do with a little bit of corner bringing in with a vignette. I think my computer's about to explode. It's getting a bit rattly. Clothing range coming, Paul. I have one sample of one. Right, create virtual copy. What am I doing? So we want another crop of this. Probably want a wide one. So we'll go 16 by 9, wallpaper sized. And probably, yeah, so a big lump of that there. To there. Quite, I like it quite high in the frame, even though we're sacrificing a bit of sky. Is there any fat models out there that... Because like Victoria Beckham is like shtick thin. So there's no way I'm the same as her. Do we get a square? Yeah, let's get a square crop out of this as well. Fragrances next. It's probably quite fruity. Desperate for a shower after this stream. It's been quite fruity. You know what? I'm quite liking it. Yeah, I think to this side here, it's quite nice. Even right the way over there, it's quite dramatic, isn't it? It's really quite dramatic. Now, if we could make it darker. Right. So we've got 4 crops out of that one, 3 out of that one, and 4 out of that one. I think we're done pretty canny there. Seeing as we started off with that. We did blend 2 together, so we had that one and that one blended together. But it was very subtle and very small. But we've managed to come away with some canny little images. Again, it freaks me out a little bit, that Peter, by the way, to be honest. I think this one. Oh no, that was the full one, wasn't it? Yeah. I'm quite liking. Did we get a wide one of this? I don't think we did. I think we need a wide one. You lot are all on one tonight. You're all on one tonight, that's for certain. It's a bit central, that, isn't it? Yeah, I think my computer needs a rest. It's starting to get a bit noisy. Right, so if let's put that, so that point is right in the corner there. Hit that. It's a wispy one. It's a wispy one. Thank you, Aileen. The sensible one amongst these lot. Peter's Barbie inspired one. It's fine. It's fine. And then this. So that was that one, yeah. And then I darkened it. I think. To be honest, I really quite like that one. That crop. No, Paul, you can't. Oh, this sucks. Alright, Aileen, I knew what you meant. You didn't mean... I read through your typo. But yeah, I quite like this one. Anyhow, socks are going to be expensive to make, so no socks. It's cheap. No, it's not cheap tat. Because this t-shirt's really good quality. And this was the cheap t-shirt. So there you go. Right, that actually turned out quite well. So thank you very much for accompanying me as we experimented this evening with stuff. It worked out quite well. Well, Aileen, there might be King of ICM t-shirts coming. Just need to solidify the design. It's just gonna be words, really. No, I don't think so, Andrew. I don't think so. But capes, I don't really see the market for it. I don't see the market for capes. So, anyhow. So thank you all very, very much for watching. Thank you for keeping me going and cheering me up. If you haven't already, please do leave the stream a like. Oh, we've got more likes than what we've got people watching. That's good. That's good. So the appeal for likes worked. Thank you very much for that. Lovely stuff. So let's thank you. Cakes. What do you mean cakes? I do. I mean, I remember. I did remember the other day. I still owe you all a cooking stream at some stage. Somewhere. I don't know where I'm going to do that. But yes, I owe you a cooking stream from the Streamiversary thing. I'm getting capes. So yes, maybe the cooking stream is going to be a bake a cake stream. What did I just say, Andrew? Cakes. I will bake a cake on stream someday. Actually, I owe you a painting stream as well. So that's all to come. That's all to come. We're a bit far behind though. Miles behind everything, to be honest. So yes, this is the preview of the. Do I stand up? See me boobs. See that? Says it always ends up red, unless it ends up yellow. Obviously, on today's King of ICM. So that is probably going to be certainly one of the first T-shirts that will be available. The thing is, I've just got to check that this company will deliver abroad, just in case some of you abroad people would like one. So I will let you know when I know. Did somebody say a word? Somebody said a word. I didn't know that was a word, Jen. Oh well, I've forgotten it was. What, red? Well, to be honest, one of the T-shirts is going to be the new branding. I think you did, Aileen. I think you did. I think the word might be Superman. Sorry. It wasn't me. It was Jen. Jen adds words randomly and doesn't tell me. You think I'm correct that as in you put words on there and don't tell me? But anyways, Aileen, you donated last week after stream, so that was uncalled for. So don't be daft. You did that last week, and you rejoined Patreon. I think you've done more than enough, Aileen. So sit yourself tight. Yes, who was it? Serge was confidently using the word red earlier on. Don't get too overconfident. Don't get too overconfident, because Jen will swap them in and swap them out. And she doesn't warn me, she just does it. So anyways, but yes, thank you all very, very much for watching. The t-shirts, I've just got to sort some stuff out and obviously design the rest of them. They will be available at some point in the future, along with, thank you very much, Aileen, but like I said, you didn't need to. But thank you, that's very, 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 very kind. I very much appreciate it. It's all good fun. It's all good fun. So yeah, t-shirts will be coming soon. Calendar will be coming soon. Book will be coming sometime this century, maybe. Sorry, Aileen. Thank you very much, though. Thank you very much. And what else? Yeah, that's coming in. That's coming in. What else is going on? What else was I flogging you at the start of the stream? Can't remember. Join the Patreon if you're not already. Aileen's just rejoined. So very, very thankful for that. Or you can join the YouTube members and you get like eventually get a red wolf like Jen's got on next to her name. You can join that. You get the same benefits as Patreon. So if you're already a Patreon, don't bother. The presets, that's a good point, Paul. Yes, we did use presets today. So if you interested in presets, there you go. Automatically does it as soon as somebody mentions presets. I don't need to do the exclamation mark thing. Thank you very much for Paul for the reminder of that. Do I sell anything else? No, I think that'll do for one night. I think that'll do for this week. So thank you very much. If you don't follow me everywhere, then there'll be a link down below somewhere that got a link tree, and it'll have all the links to everywhere, or pretty much everywhere. No worries, Jen. Thank you very much for modding again, doing a fantastic job. And I do have a wish list, by the way. There's a wish list down below as well. Some jokey stuff on there. Some bloody expensive stuff on there, just in case like a Mr. Beast comes by. There you go. That's it, Jen. Thank you very much. I think I've got a command sent for socials, haven't I? Socials. Does that give the same address? It does. There you go. I have buttons for these things. But yeah, if you want to listen to an Apache AH-64E attack helicopter at a distance of about a mile for about an hour and a half, then check out the other YouTube channel, which there will be a video of it. I'm saying a video. It will be an ambience track available by the end of the week for that. It's got my name on the end of it, Jen. So of course it's mine. But thank you very much. Right, everybody, thank you very much for hanging with me this evening. It's been lovely to see you all. Have a lovely rest of the week. Hopefully the weather's not too bad for you if you're in the UK, because it's pretty rough at the minute. And we have a hurricane on its way. Or the remnants of one, supposedly. Early next week, I think. Back end of the weekend, early next week. So hopefully we get through that. So it might be windy next Tuesday. We'll see. But obviously Peter survived his, so I think we will confidently get by as well. Right, lovely to see you all. Thank you all very much for hanging with me, and we will see you next week. And then next Friday will be already the end of the month, so next Friday will also be the Zoom chat. So if you're a member of Patreon or YouTube, etc., you'll be getting your invite to that. If you're not in all that and would like to be, join the Patreon or join the YouTube membership, and you get invited, providing you can find the links. All right then, till next time, have a lovely rest of the week. What's my usual thing? Oh yeah, keep it hard. See yous. Oh, button's gone wrong.